touch on this, Sean, because we spoke about this the other night. I know a lot of people are down on Keyshawn Davis. They say he's not as good as advertised. I know that you're one of the guys that is banging the Keyshawn Davis drum. Talk to us about Keyshawn Davis.
I was just checking our live chat while we're doing it. I like Keyshawn Davis, man, because his ceiling is really good. You know, he's not a knockout artist, but he has good pop in both hands. And he's like Terrence Crawford a little bit. Like, he's long. He has good length at lightweight, 5'9", long arms, good jab, good defense, but can throw combinations, good pop in both hands, good hand speed, Olympic pedigree. I think people are trashing him because they feel like he's too friendly with Shakur Stevenson. They feel like he's calling out too many big names when realistically he won't be fighting them anytime soon. Sometimes because they're ranked too high, like Loma. Sometimes because they're in different promoters, like Frank Martin. But you know, I still think that he's an A+. He's still a prospect right now, not quite in the contender stage, but I still think he's an A prospect for all the reasons I just said. He's long. He's got 5'9", long arms at lightweight, and very good pedigree, very good defense, good reflexes, can defend on the front foot. Little light in the legs, you know, maybe don't skip leg days and stuff like that, but still got things to tighten up between now and the championship level. But I think he still just projects and pans out in about a year or two or three to be really, really, really good, and perhaps even elite once he gets into his prime. So he's good. Very good.
Okay. By the way, we're 1 hour in. We got my man.
I think he can be. What I like about Keyshawn, if he develops all the way, he could be the kind of fighter that is the aggressive fighter against the boxers, and then can outbox the aggressive guys.
Best of both worlds.
Yes.
Nice blend of talent.
Both ways.
Okay. We're 1 hour in with Sean Zittel. Make sure you guys smash that like button. You know, a lot of y'all asked for this many times, so we got to go in today. Me and Sean Zittel. Sean, I know we got a comment here from Shakur, which I'm kind of interested to hear your take on. He said Shakur, distance management is on another level. I also know you're a big Benavidez fan. Who do you think would win between David Benavidez and Dmitry Bivol? He says he's got Bivol.
Well, all the stories in America that David got the better of Bivol in sparring, maybe even hurt him in sparring. I tend to believe that, but it is just sparring. And if you judge, you know, on important stuff, their fights recently, Bivol would deserve to be a favorite if they fought at light heavyweight because of David's feet, because Caleb Plant made David, you know, look like a plotter in the footwork area. And I love David Benavidez's jab, but he didn't use it much against Caleb Plant. And he reached for power shots too early in that fight. And a lot of those, the first 4 or 5 rounds got away from him, and Plant was boxing extremely well. Dmitry Bivol has just as good, if not better, jab than Caleb Plant. He's bigger, he's stronger, but he can move around like Plant, doesn't get gassed like Plant, has the power to keep you honest, unlike Plant was.
Really good world-class feints, too. Really, probably one of the best at feinting in boxing.
And then he's got the sturdiness to take a good crack, as we all know. So, but that said, part of me, I still think Benavidez has faster hands than Bivol. I still think if he makes it a fight, if he can use his jab to get past the jab of Bivol, to match the jab of Bivol, and to then make them have to open up beyond their jabs, where, you know, the exchanges start happening, make it more of a fight than just a boxing match, I think David could win that kind of fight. I think he's more offensively talented as a combination puncher and letting go of power shots with both hands than Bivol, who's a little bit more basic beyond the jab. He has a great left hook and a great straight right hand, but he's not going to rip the kind of uppercuts and combinations that Benavidez will if Benavidez can get past the jab with his own jab. I would hope David Benavidez, who I think was probably fighting a little angry and a little emotional against Caleb Plant with that bad blood buildup, I hope he put on more of his boxing brain and utilize more of his skills, utilize that jab more. Although maybe he's just a little too heavy with the jab. Maybe he throws every jab to hurt you and doesn't mix up the variety on the jab enough like someone like Bivol will. And maybe he'll get out jabbed again like he did early on against Plant. But I think Benavidez is going to be better from the Caleb Plant fight because that was his first big fight. That was in terms of pay-per-view and against a top guy. And so I think Benavidez, young guys at 25, 26, 27 and all, they get better at that age, winning big fights like that. And I think his mental approach, it not being a personal bad blood, maybe he'll be using more of his boxing IQ.
Be more centered, just
yes.
more emotionally centered.
Yeah, so that'd be a great fight. You know, I love watching Benavidez fight. So, you know, maybe I'd wind up picking him, but I would say Las Vegas and all that. And Bivol deserves to be the favorite. You know, he would deserve to be the favorite based on their recent performances.
Okay.